I'm Miss Amber.
And I'm Miss Kat.
We're with the Calcasieu Parish Public Library System. Welcome to our program, Tea for Teens.
A book talk where we spill the tea on the hottest books.
Today's discussion, we will be talking about two of the finalists for the Louisiana Teen Reader's Choice Awards.
Evie Zaboy's Pride and Holly Black's The Cruel Prince. Let's start with Pride. So take it away, Miss Amber.
Thank you, Miss Kat. A lovingly crafted retelling of Jane Austen's classic Pride and Prejudice, Pride brings a modern twist, rich in culture and heart, to this timeless story. Afro-Latina Zuri Benitez lives with her family in Bushwick, Brooklyn. Her oldest sister, Janae, just came home from college, and they have the whole summer together, just like old times. But when the wealthy Darcy family moves into their newly renovated mansion just across the street, Zuri wants nothing to do with them or their two sons, no matter how attractive they are. They are just not Bushwick material. Yet, as a growing attraction between oldest son Ainsley Darcy and sister Janae begins to bloom, Zuri is forced to find common ground with the seemingly arrogant and judgmental younger brother Darius Darcy. As if having to find the words to write your college essay to get into the school of your dreams wasn't stressful enough over the summer. So much more than a traditional romance, Evie Zaboy's Pride skillfully opens up a conversation about race, classism, cultural identity, and how change can also lead to finding yourself.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. I can't wait to read it.
Oh, I know, it's so good. I hope you enjoy it all. Now let's move on to Miss Holly Black's The Cruel Prince. Take it away, Miss Kat. Yay!
The Cruel Prince is a twisted fairy tale woven by Holly Black, one that is most definitely not for the faint of heart. When Jude was 7 years old, her parents tragically died, and then she and her sisters were whisked away to the magical and dangerous land of Fairy to live under the protection of her adopted father. 10 years later, we see Jude as an ambitious young woman, training to one day become a knight, earning her a place and the respect of the High Court of Fairy. She faces many trials and tribulations for being human, seen as lesser than, especially by the cruel Prince Cardan. But she is determined to change their perceptions. Surprisingly, she is recruited by one of the princes of the High Court to join his court of shadows as a spy. Jude soon finds that she has a knack for deception, becoming deeply entangled in the dangers of the High Court of Fairy.
Wow, okay, so that sounds like a really awesome book.
It is. It really, really was. And the best part is that is the first installation in a Holly Black's trilogy. So there's more to come.
Yes. Awesome. Now, before we go, I just did have a question for you and for me, but let's start with The Cruel Prince. Why is this book important for teens to be reading? Why is it something that they should pick up?
I feel like teens should really read this because it does tend to challenge traditional gender roles. Typically, women are seen as soft and demure, and men are big and strong and the head of the house, when in Cruel Prince, it's almost the exact opposite.
Okay.
You have this powerhouse of a female character. Jude is training to be a knight. She's dangerous. She's feisty. She's clever.
Yes.
And outsmarts everybody, including her bully, Prince Cardan.
Okay.
Who we find the reason why he is the bully he is. He's a product of abuse.
Okay.
His family rejects him and abuses him when he actually does have this soft side.
Sure.
He wants nothing more than a quiet life. He doesn't cling to power. He wants nothing to do with power. And then you have Jude, that powerhouse, And she wants it. She
Yeah.
wants to be powerful,
Mm-hmm.
and which kind of makes her go to a little more on the dark side, and which
Okay.
was really surprising.
That's cool.
So I really believe that this is a good book because it challenges those roles.
Yes.
And you see this woman who is normally lesser than
Mm-hmm.
become higher than even the king.
Nice.
And it's fantastic. It's
Nice.
just such a surprise
Yeah.
of how it goes on.
Nice.
But same question to you. What makes the Pride so important to teen readers?
So I think what really makes Pride stand out is not necessarily that it's a remix of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. It's that it covers these very uncomfortable topics
Okay.
that we're not used to even just talking about. Sometimes it feels too uncomfortable to talk about these things. But Evie Zaboy just digs right in, but she does it in such a heartfelt and colorful way that it makes talking about things like race and classism and cultural identity and gentrification, it makes it okay to talk about. It kind of makes this safe space. You're reading about it and you're kind of just like, oh, I've never really thought of that. You know, I've never really felt something like that. And you kind of hold on to these characters where they're going through these things and it makes you have this conversation with yourself. So I think that's what makes it such a unique book, in that it can stand on its own even without the Jane Austen romance thrown in.
I love that.
Yes, it's a very cool book. Highly recommend. Definitely a unique read and something to pick up and hopefully vote for the Louisiana Teen Reader's Choice, as well as Crow Prince.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you had fun listening to our book talk and our opinions about the books. And
We hope you vote. The link will be above in the description. So pick up a book, read it, and go vote for your favorite.
thanks so much for joining us. Have a good day.
Bye!